Hi everyone, I'm Daniel. We're back for the next scenario of our core 2026 campaign, Brethren of Ash tutorial, walkthrough, whatever you want to call this. I'm going to very briefly talk through the setup and then talk more about sort of the in-game decisions to help you out if you've played this scenario before, see what you did right, what you did wrong, just get another fun look at it. First off, in between scenarios, you're allowed to spend XP. We earned 7 experience points in the last scenario. You don't have to spend all of it. In fact, Joe Diamond only spent 6 of his 7 experience. Both of those cards that he added to his deck are permanent cards. They're actually starting in play. The permanent keyword affords you that. This first one here is a level 3 card, so that's 3 of our XP, Studious. You begin each game with 1 additional card in your opening hand. So we'll be mulliganing with 6 cards instead of our usual 5. I might even buy a second one later if we have enough extra XP. Next thing is Charisma. We have an additional ally slot. Normally, by default, you just have the 1 ally. Joe here is going to start with 2 ally slots, which is really nice. He has Logan Hastings. He's got the laboratory assistant. We also added Dr. Henry Armitage to his deck. So we do need to, try to get those allies in play and take advantage of all the cool things they do. No change to the deck in terms of the cards that are in this draw deck. The permanent cards don't count towards the deck size, the usual 30 that he has. So we didn't need to remove anything. That's the nice thing about permanent cards. Over here for Isabelle Barnes, or Izzy, we did make some swaps. For the lower level meat cleavers, we did a very simple addition of the level 3 meat cleavers. So we remove the old one, we get the new one, and this reduces the cost by 1 to play and gives us additional combat to do our fighting with. That's really nice. Has some more icons there as well. We did the same thing with the second copy, so that's 6 XP in total, both copies of Meat Cleaver. And then our 7th XP is to put a copy of Scrape By in the deck. This is a level 1 event, which is fast play when you would fail a skill test during which a non-autofill token was revealed. You succeed at that skill test instead. If a token with a symbol was revealed during that skill test, take a horror. Very strong. In a limited card pool, those kinds of things go very far. I removed the level 0 Hunter's Instinct. We do have another copy still, but considering this only allows us to recur level 0 events, and we just added a level 1 event, there aren't too many of these left in the deck. I think it's just Emergency Cash, Look What I Found, and maybe something else. I don't remember now. Okay, so the first thing that we do when we do our new setup is we make sure that we have 1 trauma. We didn't save the university, so we have 1 mental trauma. So we place 1 horror on each investigator card. You should add these back over to our deck here too. Let's just check that over here. Yep. So we take the trauma. This is normal horror that can be healed later. So with the meat cleaver that we just saw, if we do end up defeating an enemy with that, we can heal that horror off of Izzy. So it's not that big of a deal. All right, I've assembled and shuffled the decks. We have the Chaos Bag as it was before. There's some additions to it in the opening of this next scenario. But now we just go into having our 5 resources and draw our opening hands. Remember, for Joe, we're looking at 6. Okay. We do have a weapon, which is not bad. Joe's mostly here for getting clues, but he does want to make use of the weapons and whatnot that he's got in the deck. Honestly, this is a pretty interesting opening hand. We've got the hand crank flashlight, which helped us get clues. It could be a magnifying glass. That's like totally fine too. Um, yeah, I feel like this is either like keep most of these or mulligan most of them. I like the idea of the laboratory assistant to help us just keep drawing some more cards initially. But I also like having something to. I mean, let's try to get the magnifying glass. I think. I don't think we need the overpower. I'd like to start the machete just in case Izzy doesn't have anything, but I don't think I need the vicious blow or the working hunch. So let's go with 4 more cards. Okay. We have 2 copies of Perception, a skill card that increases our ability to get clues with Investigates, and a Gather Intel, which we can play when an enemy enters our location to draw more stuff, and an Emergency Cash, which I think is really nice too. We do have Paranoia in this deck, but we'd just try to spend our money. Over on Izzy's side, we just have 5 cards to look at. We did not get our Meat Cleaver yet, but we do have at least one weapon. It's okay, right? We like the meat cleaver better, but we should keep it. The bandages we don't need. The ward we don't need. The hunter's instinct is probably better later when we have level 0 events. We probably should keep the scrape by because we put some XP into it, right? It's not like the best thing to start with, but I'd rather see it than not. And considering I have the weapon and we could use it on the weapon, I think that's okay. Let's draw 3 more cards, hoping to get our Alexei Sabarov probably, or Meat Cleaver. Neither of those things. We got the bandages back, the other copy, and a look what I found, which is good for getting some clues if we need to do that. So it's not the best opening hand, but it's also not horrible. Like we're kind of okay. All right, then we're going to go to our campaign setup, our scenario setup. We've already gathered all of these things. It also did tell us at the beginning here to add 2 cultist tokens to Chaos Bag for the remainder of the campaign. This scenario is all about going around Arkham with Professor Armitage and interviewing and maybe interrogating some of the suspects. So we've already put in the locations into play. It says additionally that we take one of the two random downtown locations into play. Same with the uptown locations. So there's some replayability there. I don't know which version of those 2 locations are in play this time, but we'll find out. Number of other locations that are normally there. This other part where we are putting the face down cards into play. We gather each card in the People of Arkham encounter set. There's 6 of them. One of them at random is set aside out of play. That we add the Servant of Flame enemy to that pile of 6 cards now, and we get one of them beneath the locations you see here. This is North Side, Downtown, Waterfront District, French Hill, Uptown, and South Side. So these all have a face down card. One of them is the Servant of Flame, and the rest of them are different suspects for us to interview. Okay. Check your campaign log. If Miskatonic University burned, we put Miskatonic University in flames into play. That is the one we have here indeed. So we'll be starting play here with our investigator cards. All right, this has 2 clues on it, and it has, well, a really scary ability here. Forced, when the investigation phase ends, deal 1 direct damage to each player card with health at Miskatonic University. What are player cards with health? Well, they're things like Joe Diamond. He's a player card. He's got health. Killing 1 direct damage for no reason isn't so good. But even our laboratory assistant is also a card with health. Would be a bit of a problem for her to just eat it for 1 direct damage there. So we want to get out of there as soon as possible. There was another version, if we hadn't burned down the university, that we would play instead. Next, it says, place 1 doom on the agenda for each investigator in the game. That's how we have the 2 over there. 2 players, 2 doom. If an investigator is the bearer of the Dr. Henry Armitage story asset, search their deck for them and put him into play under his bearer's control. That indeed is our friend Joe Diamond, who has Dr. Henry Armitage right behind me. Goes into play immediately, and we don't have to pay for it. He also doesn't take up an ally slot during the scenario, so we can have all 3 allies in our deck in play at once. Now, he gives a bonus of +1 willpower and +1 intellect. That gets us rolling, I think, pretty easily in this scenario. All right, we'll be shuffling the rest of the encounter cards and making this deck. Let's check out our act and agenda. Arkham Alive is agenda 1. There's 2 agendas. There is a resign here. The reminder text at the bottom of the scenario setup says, don't forget that it's okay to resign. So there's our resign ability. Also, essentially the goal of the scenario is to either defeat suspects or trigger their codex entries, and we'll talk about that when that comes up to interview them. How you choose to approach the scenario with violence or interrogation will have an effect on the challenges you face later. So this is sort of a nice way of how do we try to do as much as we can in this one? What way do we want to do it? And then resign before time runs out. Our act, there's just 1 act here. You must find the whereabouts of the suspects on your friends list. We can spend 4 clues, that's 2 per investigator, as a group to draw the face down card beneath your location. So it's an action. Doesn't even have to be my own clues. Like if Joe's spending all 4 clues from Izzy, that's possible. Don't have to be in the same location or it being your own clues. That's what as a group means. Objective, if there are a total of 6 elite enemies in the victory display and or under the act, advance. Hint, either defeat the suspects by force or resolve their codex entries to generate leads for your investigation. That's what we just said. Okay. Defeating them generally goes to the victory display. The codex entries will put them under the act. Okay, we have our marching orders. Let's see what we can do here to begin play. Force Shroud, not easy, but we do have a perception to get us up like 7 to 4. I just don't want to stick around here. We could investigate twice and then move. Izzy could... Yeah, I mean, I think that's where we start. Let's see if we can get these clues in the victory point with a little bit of help from Dr. Armitage. All right, 7 on 4 using our skill card here. That beats a lot of the bag, so let's go ahead and do that. There we go, -3, so we compare our number 7 to the difficulty 4. 7 minus 3 is 4. 4 is the same number. We match the difficulty. We're going to successfully investigate drawing a card. Once per round here. Make sure this is all shuffled. Seeing the crime. Okay. Good event here. Cost a bit of money. Get a clue and draw a card from perception as well. Okay, we have cards on cards. I think we do this one more time and then leave. 7 to 3. -1. Okay, this time we can't trigger our ability. We've already done it. So we'll just take the clue and draw a card. Right tool for the job. Okay, help us find a mag glass or something. Now we want to move so we don't take up a bunch of damage here. So let's just go up north to north side. Okay, this one has 4 clues. Spend 5 resources, discover 1 clue from any revealed Arkham location. All right, if we have excess money for some reason, we can do that. But there's some clues here in a 3 shroud location. Not so bad for, say, Izzy to maybe do. All right, great. Over here, the question is whether or not I want to actually put my money into this weapon. I don't think so, honestly. I think I just want to draw cards and see if I can find my better stuff. So let's shuffle the deck, make sure it's all shuffled. Draw a card. Oh, okay. Well, we immediately get our weakness. Take 1 direct damage. And then if you have 6 or fewer remaining sanity, take a direct damage. If you have 3 or fewer remaining sanity, take a direct damage. Okay. We don't have that. We just take the direct damage. We have 8 remaining sanity. I guess it's not bad to get that on turn 1. What's our other weakness? Pursued? I'll just move over here and draw 1 more card. Okay, Lexi. We want to play him and maybe have enough money for something else. We'll see. Not bad. We'll go to upkeep now in player order. Working a hunch. I was hoping to not draw the emergency cash, so maybe we could just play some stuff next round. I don't really want to play the gather intels right now. I'm scared of the paranoia. Anyway, and over here we do have another weapon that's not so good. Not so good. But it'll do in a pinch. All right. Joe gets the first encounter card after we put the first doom from the scenario in play. It makes us 3 out of 10. It is a downpour. Okay. He's got 2 agility, testing 3. So we're already down 1. For each point you fail by, you must either lose an action or place a clue on our location. We could just lose the clues we got. We can also start committing some things. Izzy could help with the manual dexterity, but I think she wants to keep it herself. I could go wild and commit this for 2 icons, the agility and the wild. We could commit the bandages. I've already seen my weakness. It feels less important. That's not bad. We can help Joe out. Getting even does, I mean, the other things are -2 right now, but it does get us a bunch. I would like to be up 1. But if I fail by 1, I can just lose an action. I don't mind that much. But I could just play this or commit this as well. I'll do that. I'll go 4 to 3. Okay, -3. That's not great. So I failed by 2. And I have to drop a clue because of the tablet. So I can lose 2 actions. I'm going to have to lose 1 action for sure. I can place my other clue down. Maybe Izzy helps out. It's just a big waste of time we just had here. So yeah, I lose an action. I'd get a clue dropped as well. Too bad. Failing by that on a lot. Okay, raising suspicions. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy with no doom on it. If no doom was placed by this effect, this gains surge. It gains surge. There's no enemies here. Hey, an enemy. A whippoorwill. So this is aloof, so it spawns unengaged. And it is a 2/1/4 to combat, 1 HP, 4 agility, 4 evade. Each investigator at Whippoorwill's location gets -1 to all of their stats. Something that needs to go. Now, Joe does have the scene of the crime now, so he could just play this, and he also could play the gather intel. How scared are we of the paranoia? I'm not that scared. Let's draw 2 cards. Okay. All right. So as my first action, I can play the scene of the crime. And then maybe Izzy, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. First action, we'll play the scene of the crime. So I can only play as my first action, which it is. Discover 1 clue or location, 2 clues instead if there's an enemy there. Great. We get our 2 clues back from the treachery we just biffed. And now there's still 4 clues left here. I could do an investigation. I could play my laboratory assistant. I think I like the laboratory assistant here to draw a few more cards. Although, yeah, if I investigate, I would draw a card, which gives me to 8, and then 9 in the upkeep phase. I think I'd just like to spend my money. Let's spend our money. So after you play, draw 2. I might even play the Mag Glass now, too. I think I will. It's fast. That's our last resource. And now I don't have to worry about that paranoia since I have no resources. Okay. Progress? Not really. Okay, so if we try to attack this guy, we have only 3. But we do have this scrape by. I don't feel like the scrape by is like really what... I mean, the whippoorwill is not really what that card's for. We could play the broken bottle for now. And then we go 3 to 2. Take a horror if I fail. Joe could throw out the machete. We do need to spend an action to engage the whippoorwill if we're going to do anything with it. We also could just ignore it. And maybe we draw something better later. So let's ignore it. Let's play our Alexei Sabarov. Let's play the bottle. Don't want to be caught without anything. And it's okay to draw a card. More resources. Okay. Whippoorwill stays here during the enemy phase, does not attack anyone. And now we just go to upkeep. Our dead ends. This is going to stay in our hand. We have 10 hand size now. And overpower. That'll help for the whippoorwill, I think. All right. Back to the new round. Doom on the agenda. Let's see what the encounter phase has for us this time. An aerial pursuit. Surge. The nearest not only enemy moves once towards your location. Okay. Nothing happens here. There's no... It's not going to engage anyone. We're good. Surge, though, into an eager for death. Test 2 willpower. Increase the skill's test difficulty by 1 for each damage on you. Nothing. If you fail, take 2 horror. So I have 2 all because of the whippoorwill. And I don't think there's anything I can do about that. I have no commits for this, except for the resilience. I don't think that's worth it. And over here, there's nothing either. So 2 all is what we got. All right, we fail this, and we take 2 horror. So we can put 1 on the laboratory assistant and maybe 1 over on Dr. Armitage. Not too concerned. Raising suspicions. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy with no doom on it. All right, we got that. Our good friend the Whippoorwill does have doom. Okay. I think Izzy goes first just to eliminate this problem. So let's go ahead and take an engage action. We can use our bottle and go 3 to 2. I think we'll throw the overpower into this to go, again, we're going 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's our second action. -1, that's good. That will deal damage. We don't need to discard this to do extra damage. There's only 1 health, but we'll get our card draw out of the overpower. Now we have stuff in the discard pile we can use for Izzy's ability, which we hadn't even seen or thought about. Need to commit eligible skills from our discard pile to the test. All right, that's not bad. I mean, it's did the job for a 1 health enemy. We do have the money for a look what I found now. If we want to just take like a 2 to 3 and get a -1 or 0. I don't hate that. Let's do it. So we're looking to fail. We're looking to fail by 2 or less. So I natively have 2. Difficulty is 3. So we're looking for a -1 or better. Nope. -3. Now, I could just try to succeed here, but that's not what I was trying to do. I'd take a horror anyway. The failure on this is place a clue on our location. We didn't have one. So let's just say we wasted an action. Oh well. Okay. The odds were like fairly decent that a -1 was going to be okay. In fact, we might try it again next round. If there are clues still. Okay, Joe has a lot of cards. And I think we just go for getting as many clues as possible. Yeah. Okay, so we have 5. We have 6 with the magnifying glass. We have 7 with the deduction. That's a 4. Being up 4 on standard difficulty gets us basically everything. There you go, -3. So investigated successfully. He draws a card from his ability, Unexpected Courage. He's going to get 2 clues for his efforts. That's action 1. Now, he could spend his 2 clues and draw the face down card here. But one of them is a Servant of Flame, and we have nothing to deal with that enemy, so it's probably not worth our time. Instead, we could throw down this machete by playing the emergency cache first, and then the machete second, and seeing if that's going to help us a bit, considering that Izzy hasn't found the meat cleaver. I think I like that, even though it feels like spinning our wheels a bit. So we get our 3 resources from the emergency cache. Action 2, we play our machete. Action 3. I still like this idea because I don't know how much longer Izzy's going to be in this problem. And you might say, well, just play the gun. Maybe. Okay, we do have 4 clues, though, so maybe we can spend them next round. Upkeep on both. Haha, paranoia. I did just spend a bunch of stuff. So this puts me down to 1 resource. We draw the card first, then we gain a resource. So we only lost 1. That's not so terrible. A second liquid I found. 5 out of 10. Aerial Pursuit. There's no enemies in play. This is just going to search. Flash Flood. Attached location gets +4 Shroud. When the round ends, discard Flash Flood. So now this is a Shroud of a lot. 7. I could use my Working a Hunch to get one of those clues, but maybe we just wait out the round and draw the card that's here instead. An Arcane Lock. All right. Attach this to our location. Limit 1 per location. Additional cost to enter or leave. You must spend an action. Test for willpower or intellect to discard it. There's an argument to be made to ignoring this in 2-player. We just never come back here again. If we had 5 resources, we could do a Working Hunch and just buy the last clue. Okay, I think we should draw the card. I think we should draw the card. If it's an enemy, I think we can deal with it. The question is who? I think it should be Izzy to spend the clues, and she draws the card. Okay, it is Sergeant Earl Monroe. So this is the action on the act. Draw the face down card beneath your location. Drawing it means that it's going to spawn with her. 3 combat, 4 health, and 3 evade. Elusive. After this enemy attacks or is attacked, while it is ready, it moves to a connecting location with no investigators and exhausts. There's a parlay here, though. Test 4 combat. Decrease difficulty of this test by 1 for each damage on Sergeant Earl Monroe. If you succeed, read Codex entry 4. 1 damage, 1 horror, victory 1. So we can choose to either talk to this guy, and just so you know, all of these are essentially do the thing on here per player. So we'll have to do it twice if we want to successfully deal with Sergeant Earl. Okay. Test of 4 is difficult, although we have our soul link. We could, so let me just spawn it with her anyway. We could take an action to like fight him at 4 to 3, and then he goes away. So we couldn't do the parlay, but we could do it later maybe. We have our soul link. We could do this once at 6 to 4. Not particularly good. I kind of like the idea of putting some damage on him first, and then maybe using the soul link to get rid of the arcane lock. Let's see if we can do that. Action 2, we fight at 4 on 3. One way or another, he's going to go. Okay, that is a 0. There's nothing in the victory display or under the act. So that's going to deal him a damage. And he's going to go to a connecting location with no investigators and exhaust. Let's throw him that way, because that's the way we're probably going to go. Last action. Let's see if we can get rid of the arcane lock, I think. We have 4 willpower. Going up 3 and taking the horror, putting on Alexi, who will heal it off, seems pretty good. Yeah, -1. All right. Our arcane lock is no more. So Joe could straight up go over here and do a test of, what, 4 on 3? He could put some more damage on Earl. He could actually just, like, throw him the victory display by killing him. What do we want to do with this location? Do we want to try to get these clues? I guess Izzy could do it next round, too. I think Joe should just go ahead. Let's see if we get some clues from the next location. He takes a first action to move. Reaction. After you discover 1 or more clues at this location, heal 1 horror from an investigator or ally asset at the location. Wow. I mean, that's pretty good. Shroud of 4. We have 6. I mean, the horror healing seems important here. Yeah, I mean, let's just take a crack at a clue first. That's going to put us at 6 to 4. Feels reasonable. Nope. I don't have any clues, though, so we don't actually put any down. I still want to do this, though. Let's take 1 more stab at it. Yeah, 0. So first I'll draw a card. Flashlight. Then I'll get the clue and heal a horror from, I guess, from Joe. I mean, these are disposable assets eventually. Okay. Now, our turn is over during upkeep, so enemies don't do anything. Earl's going to ready onto Joe, and we go to drawing our cards and getting a resource. Or protection's pretty good here. This is also gone. The flash flood goes away at the end of the round. 6 of 10. A red herring. This is a test of 2. It gets +2 difficulty for having 2 or more clues, which we don't, so it's just a 5 on 2. If you fail, take a horror and lose a clue. Again, up 3 is fine. Yeah, we passed this. Whippoorwill. Pretty annoying. So this is going to spawn here. The whole trick I wanted to do with getting these clues from north side is probably not going to happen now. That said, I think Joe should go first. Okay, let's do this parlay. We're going to commit an unexpected courage to go 6, 2, 3, because we reduce the difficulty by 1. Ouch, -4. All right, we're going to fail that. Nothing happens, though, because we didn't fight him. I guess we go again. At this point, we could also just kill him. We could do a machete, a vicious blow, and say, you know what? This is taking too much time. In fact, I think that is the game. That is the play here. All right. Machete gives us +1. That puts us to 5. This is a 6 with vicious blow. 6 to 3. We're not going to draw another -4, are we? Nah. All right. So we're going to exhaust this for this to deal 3 damage. And Earl is sent to the victory display. It is a little bit of a waste of the vicious blow because there's other enemies around, but I feel like this was taking too long. All right. Last thing, we're going to go ahead and investigate again at 6 to 4. And we are good. We will discover a clue and heal a horror off of Henry Armitage, maybe. Okay. I think that frees up Izzy to kill the Whippoorwill. So the beginning of her turn, this is going to heal. Probably that was from a while ago. But yeah, let's go ahead and just grab this guy and then do the same thing we did before with bottle. This is going to be 3 to 2. I don't have the overpower anymore, but I could use it from the discard pile. Yes. Let's take the direct horror and go, so 3, 5, 5 to 2. So I think because of all of that, man, the -4 is our killer. I think we do have to just play this scrape by. So we're just going to succeed at this test. It's just not really where we want to be with playing this card, but I think it's fine. We have to win. We have to make some progress. We draw a card, Whippoorwill goes, and this will shuffle back. Okay. Next action, I might be, in fact, just be greedy and see if we can pull off the, look what I found here. Or I could move and get healed by Joe. Do we ever need these 2 clues? Possibly not. Let's move. All right. We go to upkeep, magnifying glass, and an overpower again. Could be the same one, could be the other one. Who knows? 7 of 10. Red herring. This time it's a test of 4. So let's go up 2, 6 on 4. Let's go up 3. That avoids a tablet as well. Okay, a 0. We pass our test. A bat horror. 3, 4, 4. Elusive hunter. All right. He's having a little bit of a tough day here. We could probably just use the bottle and put out the twin 45s at this point and say the meat cleaver just isn't showing up. Now, if we fail the test, he's still going somewhere. So maybe we do that just to make some room. Does Joe go first just to heal Izzy a bit? I think so. I think he's going to take a couple of... Ooh, but we might want to draw this card too. I don't know how much we want to leave this location. Okay, let's get our clues. 6. Okay, that's 1 clue. We get a card first, and that's helpful. And the horror heal can be from Izzy. Let's go one more time. An auto fail, fine. And then I guess we do it one more time, up 2. Great, -1. We will get our clue and heal the last point of horror from Izzy. Okay, that could have gone worse. We do want to spend our clues, probably, but We don't have. We have to get rid of this thing. We are just going with this bottle. 4 on 3. I kind of want to save the overpower for the twin 45s. So let's just go up 1, see what happens. Hey, there we go. Okay, so this is going to exhaust and go somewhere else. I think I'm going to discard the broken bottle here to do the extra damage. Make it a little easier for us to move over and kill this guy. Okay. Action 1. Action 2, we will play the twin 45s, taking up our 2 hand slots. And I think we want to stick around here in case this is something we can help with. Otherwise, next round we can move over here and shoot. Last action, let's play the emergency cache. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You know, it's going. It's not going great. It's just not going bad. Okay. Upkeep. Another machete. Emergency cache. 8 of 10. The arcane lock. If I had the ward on that side, I would have warded it. The flash flood doesn't matter. Good. I don't think it matters. So, I think this is a case where Joe probably needs to spend his clues. And let's see what we got. We have David Renfield. Oh, David Renfield is aloof. 154. After you successfully investigate David Renfield's location. You know, okay. That's on me. I said that the flood didn't matter. But it does. So we might need to stay here. We might need to stay here. Let's work on getting rid of the arcane lock then. So yeah, we need to do this probably twice, and this is just not a great spot. Okay, so we are 5 to 4. I'm going to commit this right tool for the job to go 6 to 4. And hopefully that's enough. It is. That's a 0. Arcane lock is done. And then I have 1 remaining action. I think it's time for us to play the resilience, since we have a moment to play it. 2-2 soak. It's not bad. Just wish we had better. All right, Izzy probably can run away. Let's go shoot that bat whore with our twin 45s. So she's going to go ahead and take a move action and engage the bat whore. Easttown is a 2-shroud location. After you discover last clue, search your deck for an ally asset and play it, paying its cost. Yeah, we might have the money to go find Logan. Play another lab assistant. Or we just get the clues with Izzy. Anyway, we have the 2 damage here. We're going to take a shot here. We have 4. We have... I think this is the right thing we should do. Could use a soul link. This is probably still worth it. Okay, so that's 4, 6, 6 to 3. Second action. Nice. No horror to heal, but we do kill the bat horror. Draw a card and meet Cleaver. I think we just take the investigate here. So we moved, we fought. We can do the investigate here at 2 to 2. And if we fail, we can play our look what I found. Yeah. -1, we failed by enough to get our 2 clues. That's pretty good. Good, efficient turn from Izzy. Okay. We're going to go to upkeep. Detect his intuition. Never going to draw this during my turn, huh? Okay. I mean, it's actually fine. I don't really need it. Timely intervention would have been nice before. Flash flood's gone, so now we can just do a regular investigate here. 9 of 10. Joe Diamond is eager for death. There's no damage or horror on him, so he's actually just going 3 of 2 this time. I have a lot of soak. Okay, that's a -1. We pass our test. Rogue Gangster. 3/3/3. So here we're going to probably want to use our... I mean, well, we have lots of things we could use. After it engages you, lose a resource. If you can't, you get attacked. It's fine. Lose a resource. All right, I think we want to start with figuring out what David wants. So, let's go ahead and do a investigate at 6 on 4. Yeah. Okay, so this is our first usage of the parlay, or rather the codex. So we're gonna look at page this one. Okay. Oh no. Okay, Codex 1, David Renfield. The haughty Mr. Renfield tries to brush you off politely, but when you mention the Brethren of Ash, he flees down a nearby street. Although you give chase, the eschatologist is surprisingly fleet-footed. Move David Renfield to a connecting location with no investigators if able. Place one resource on him from the token pool. Unfortunately, he's going to go backwards. That's a little bit of an oops. And then if there are 2 leads on him, we get to do this extra stuff here. All right. I suppose I can, and there are clues over there, so it's not total waste. Okay, let's move back, and we'll take an investigate here at 6 to 3. And we get an elder sign. That's really good. If you succeed, draw a card, gain a resource. All right, draw a card, gain a resource. That's really good. We also get a clue. Doesn't say that we don't get a clue. And we read number 1 again. We're going to move him to a connecting location, place a resource on him. We have 2 now. And that means we can read the rest. So there's some text here. Nothing else special. We just get to put him beneath the act. Okay, we've successfully interrogated the subject. All the other ones, by the way, do something kind of nice. David, not so. Okay, back over here. I think we could start using the twin 45s aggressively now. So we're at 4 to 3. We can use our ability to commit the overpower, taking a direct horror. So that puts me at 6 to 3. First action. Very good. -1. So we will put 2 damage here. Draw a card. Okay. Full hand. This is shuffles back in. And we probably use the bottom ability. After you resolve the above ability, spend an ammo, exhaust, and fight using agility. Do some extra damage, but it's just an action to get rid of this stuff is pretty good. Okay. So it puts me at 4 to 3. And I have the timely intervention. So that basically covers the -3s. I'm going to throw the bandages out as well. So that puts me at 5 to 3. This is still our first action. Very nice, because we're going to use our timely intervention to succeed. So after revealing chaos tokens, I'm going to commit this. It gives me +2. I pass the test. Gangster is gone. Very good. We need some more clues. We need to maybe pop over to one of these other locations. Let's go ahead and move. Waterfront District. 1 shroud. As additional cost to investigate, you must spend an action. We don't have 2 actions right now to spend, so that'll be a next time problem. So I think we could probably throw down Lucky Charm's fine, but we seem to be okay on health. I guess we just play the emergency cash then. 1, 2, 3. And we'll attempt these clues next round. Okay. Skulls are -2 at this point. Upkeep. We're fine on cards. Hunter's Instinct will let us get some stuff back if we need to, but we are going to advance the agenda. 10 Doom out of play, finally. And we have some story text here about finding that we've got a really gross itch, I suppose, and a scar. It's the Mark of Ellicos. So 1 at a time, each investigator draws 1 copy of the set-aside Mark of Ellicos weakness. So drawing it means that the revelation effect occurs, and that's going to go into our threat area. Let's read the text. Revelation, put Mark of Ellicos into play in our threat area. When your turn ends, take a damage. Assign that damage to an asset you control if able. 2 actions to discard this. Now, not so bad for Izzy because she has a guy who can regenerate. For Joe, I mean, we probably need to get rid of this. Unless we think we're going to spend the next 8 rounds not doing that. All right. That's it for the agenda advance. We do have a lot more time. We're going to take another encounter card. A downpour. I do have a clue. We've seen this before, I suppose. We have anything to commit to this? Unexpected Courage probably is worth just tossing out in the interest of drawing a -1. Yeah. 4. There's the -1. Unexpected Courage is a good card when you have a lot of card draw, like Joe does. Izzy gets... I thought so. We get another rogue gangster. All right. So, ideally... I don't know if this is going to work. Ideally, we do the same thing we did before, and then we can do an investigate. We do have the Soul Link. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Let's commit the Soul Link, giving Lexi a horror, and ourselves a direct horror, and try to fight here with our twin 45s. That's +1. So that's 4, 7 to 3. First action. Nice. 2 damage. And this is going to shuffle back in. And then we exhaust and spend the other one. And let's use our manual dexterity here to go 3, 4, 5, 6 to 3. Nice. Gangster down. Card draw up. Manual dexterity. Goes the discard pile. And now it's kind of like, well, we could just get rid of this. There's a good shot we fail this, right? I mean, there's a decent shot we pass it too. Look at all of these tokens that make us pass this test. I'm trying to fail. And it is 2 actions, but I feel like if we can solve this without Joe, it's just better. So, -2. Good. Very good. I'm a little worried, actually. -2. Okay, we fail by 1, meaning we can play our Look What I Found from our hand. We have enough resources. We discover 2 clues. Really good. All right, end of our turn. We will take a damage onto Alexi. I think rather than, well, there's 8 cards left. I might just draw this thing again. It's very possible. 14 cards. I got a lot in hand. Can I let this go for a while? I think I can. I think I'm going to just hopefully draw through. Okay, I'll get rid of this when I've drawn through the deck. I think that's what my plan is. So let's pick up this clue here because it's really no point in having orphan clues. We have 6 to 3. Skulls are -2. Nice. We get our card. Deduction. We get our clue. And now we can move. We don't want to end our turn here, of course. I don't really want to split these guys up too much. So let's pop in here. 3 Shroud, 2 clues. During your turn, if there are exactly 1 or 2 investigators in the game, you can move to connecting location. So I could do this because Izzy's already done her turn. The real question is like, what is this, right? Is this something that we need to work on together? I don't have any actions left. It's tough. The reason I'm vacillating here is if I don't do it now, and if I need to do it next turn, then basically I've wasted the ability for like Izzy to leave, right? If they, It's tricky. I'm gonna say yes, because then we can both maybe do whatever this person asks for. Okay. Upkeep on both ends. Hand crank flashlight. Another unexpected courage. Good. Oh, I need to take the damage. It's gonna go to resilience, I think. We're gonna maybe draw through and get the horror on here. That's kind of the plan, I think. Okay, one of 8. A whippoorwill. That could be annoying, or it could be nothing. Bat horror. All right. We don't want to drop any clues here. That is one danger we have right now. Okay. Gosh, would this be a problem with the whippoorwill? Whoever this is. Potentially, potentially not. I think Joe's going to spend all 4 of Izzy's clues. Eh. Yeah. Okay. It's the Servant of Flame. 4 combat, 10 health, 4 evade, elusive, hunter, retaliate, all the keywords. When defeated, we're going to read something in the codex, if we can do that. Okay. Well, we're going to use our machete, and then we're probably going to leave. Okay. Machete gets us to 4, because of the -1 from the whippoorwill. Retaliate's bad, but... Okay. So it's up 2. Skulls are still -2. I think we have to run that up 2. Very good. We're going to exhaust this to do 2 damage, and then draw a card. Working hunch is here. Again. Okay, so this guy's going to go off in another direction. I think that just makes sense to go that way. And then I think Joe also goes there. Bat horror is going to probably buzz off somewhere else entirely. I just don't want to be here. Like, one thing I could do, of course, is like engage the whippoorwill, and then Izzy can something. Izzy can something to the whippoorwill. I think we just move. End of our turn. Take a damage onto Armitage, and we're gonna seriously consider getting rid of this sooner than I had thought. Okay, over here, we're gonna shoot with this and use our unexpected courage and go 5 to 3. All right, I'm happy to see that. Really, I am. That's 2 damage, and then this guy has to go here. Okay. So here's the question. Do I engage the whippoorwill and attack it, or do I move here? Action 2. Oh, we need to play the meat cleaver. I think we play the meat cleaver. Action 2. It's 2 resources. And we simply move back. Whippoorwill comes to us, and the reason I need to heal the damage. The reason I do this is I think it's better to have us in one spot, I think. We're going to have a confluence of enemies. It's going to be a bit of a problem. We take the damage from the mark. But that's okay. Question is, who should the Servant of Flame be engaged with? I think it's going to be Izzy. I think Joe deals with the whippoorwill if possible. And then maybe we stay ahead of the bat whore. Okay, this is a scenario. It's a fun one. Emergency cash. And the cloak. The cloak is really how we want to get rid of the whippoorwill. Okay, we'll have to think about how to do with that. But this is the combo with the meat cleaver. Okay, if we get a chance, we'll see. 2 of 8. Crossfire. Test 3. If you fail, each investigator location takes a damage. I don't think that's that big of a deal. We're going to fail, but we're fine. Okay, -2. We each take 1 damage. I mean, it's a little bad for Izzy, but I think it's okay. Izzy gets the same thing. Now, we're more likely to pass this. I guess we were at 1. This is 2 to 3. I could just take the horror right now. She doesn't really want to take the damage. Could try to pass. I think we ward this. Ugh, seems strange, but I think we do. Taking the horror. Okay. Is there some way for us to get the cloak out? So Joe could take a swing at the Servative Flame, making him buzz off. Hmm. We also can take the free triggered ability to move. One of us can. Let's think about that. If Izzy does that, then she can play the cloak. And then we get rid of the whippoorwill just later. Okay. I like that idea. So we'll heal the damage. Izzy's going to take the free triggered ability to move to south side. We have a 2-shroud location with 4 clues. We have a way of drawing a bunch of cards, but not all that important. I think we can then take this test. So we'll take a horror. We are at 6 remaining sanity, so it's still just +2. So that is 5 on 4. This is up 3. We'll take that chance. -2. Okay. So we took our horror. We are going to do 2 damage and throw this guy into some corner. Probably here. Okay. Mark of Elikos? No, we gotta play the cloak. 1, 2, 3. And I have another action. I can run into French Hill. Could just take a resource as well. So this guy needs a lot more. If Joe goes in there, right, we can start to do some more damage with the machete. There's got to be a vicious blow in here somewhere. Yeah, I think we take a resource. Take the damage from the mark. And then Joe probably doesn't need these clues. I think he can just move down here, play Logan. Yeah. Move down here, play Logan. That's 2. Now we've got a better combat score. I guess this is stuck here for a little while. That's okay. And then maybe we take an investigate action. With our deduction, we have 6 to 2. Last action. -1. We'll take 2 clues as well as our card. There's the vicious blow. Okay. I don't know. Probably Logan takes the damage this time. And the whippoorwill is going to hunt as well as the bat whore. Okay. We'll figure out a way to kill the whippoorwill, I think. Upkeep. Servant of Flame. We have our 10 cards now. That's what Joe does. Soul Link coming back is really good. This should have already shuffled. Okay, 3 of 8. Raising Suspicions. Place 1 doom on the nearest enemy with no doom on it. Fine. We have a way of dealing with that. And a Flash Flood. +4 Shroud. Okay. So probably the easiest thing here is just to play the Lucky Charm for 2 resources. Spend a charge. We're healing the damage. Spend a charge. Move a horror from Izzy to the cloak, and that's going to deal 1 damage to an enemy or location. Boom. That's action 1. I think we get rid of the mark. Or do we need to come here? What does elusive do? Moves to connecting location to investigators if possible. I think it still moves. Play a little bit of bounce back and forth here. Either that or Joe goes in. I think we have to do this for Izzy. And Joe moves in here and uses as much as he's got. What do we have, actually, if we're going to fight this guy? We have 5, we have 6, we have 7 with Vicious Blow. Anything else to commit? We do. We have the other machete. That's not bad. Yeah, let me just check the rules reference again for elusive. It's probably in here. Yeah, it still moves, even if... Yeah, okay. So that's, I think, the way. And we'll just be taking more damage. I think that's just, unfortunately, the case. Okay. So Joe is going to... So that was Izzy. She got rid of the mark. Joe moves. And then maybe we fight twice. Can't fight twice. We'll get clues afterwards. Okay. Move action 1. French Hill. 4 Shroud. Man, a lot of 4 Shrouds here. I can use our working hunches here, maybe. Okay. Servant engages. We're going to fight with the machete at 6, at 7, at 8. Okay, good. That is a -2 still. So that is, I believe, 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. So I just need 3 more. And then he goes to the connecting location. Okay, last action. What does this do, by the way? Gain 2 resources and heal damage or horror. It's reasonable. I think I just play the working hunch to get 1 clue, spending 2 resources. And maybe we do an investigation. 6 to 4. Skulls are still okay. Could give me a card draw. -3. Okay. Didn't really have much to commit. I could have committed the hand crank. Okay. We also have this guy to show to do something with. That's our whole turn. We're going to take another damage onto Armitage, I think. We might just have to get rid of this. Next round, we can like draw a card. I was trying to sync it up to get something extra out of the resilience. Anyway, Bat Horror comes to Izzy, attacks, and then leaves. Very annoying. It can be a damage, and it can be a horror onto Lucky Charm. And then I mean, potentially it's here. Yeah, that could work. Okay, upkeep, Flash Flood goes away. Another Logan. Pursued. After an enemy enters our location, take a horror. That's potentially fine. Servant of Flame readies here, so we could just use that. I think that could work. That could be fun. 4 of 8. A downpour again. Oh, that's pretty rough. We might just lose all of our actions. I'm gonna commit this. Be even. No, that's pretty bad. Okay, we lose a clue for the token. And then we lose... Okay. We could drop another clue and then lose 2 actions. Now I'll draw 3 clues and lose 1 action. That was bad. Okay, just test of 2. Hacking horror is fine. This gains search. This gains search. No. Test 2. Let's get plus 2 difficulty if you have 2 more clues. If you fail, take a horror and place a clue. Okay. This is a 0. I have no clues, so I actually pass the test. Okay, never mind. Horror is ready. Okay, what we want to do is the meat cleaver business. So let's do the meat cleaver business. We take a horror. Take the horror. We heal damage. We take a horror. That is going to do a damage to the servant. We're fighting at +2, so that is 5 on 4. Kind of crappy. We can take our direct horror to commit a... We don't have much. Unexpected courage. Take a direct horror. And a soul link. So this is 5. This is 7. No. We're going to leave this here. We're going to commit the soul link to go 8 to 4. Just as it is. And I'll put the horror on me anyway. No. No. Okay. This guy has retaliate. So we need to take 2 damage and 2 horror. It's also going to run away to a location with no investigators. That's bad. Okay. So this is going to go in the discard pile. We need to take 2 and 2. This might be the end of Alexi. I mean, it doesn't have to be. 1 and 1. And then 2 on her. That was really bad. This pursued might be unfortunate also. I mean, I think I can probably... Maybe I just move over there. I just move here and try to kill him. I have to take the horror, but I'll probably try to do the... Yeah. I think that's the answer. Okay, move here. This has 4 clues. So top 9 for a spell, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I have any of those. And we're just going to take the horror here to go 6, 2, 3. Hoping to succeed. We do. So this is +3, right? Because I now have 3 remaining sanity. We're going to heal the horror. Okay, that was a spicy autofail. Okay, over here, we were trying to be really cute and draw enough cards to not have to worry about this. It's possible we will. Let's do an investigation. We are up 2. We're going to commit the flashlight to be up 3. Okay, fine. We draw a card. Overpower. We get a clue. I think we play the working a hunch for our resources. That's free. And then our last action, we're going to draw a card. So that is going to reshuffle this and get us a horror. Okay, this is pretty good. End of our turn, we'll take a damage and place it on resilience. Our resources are gone, but we can play emergency cash again. I'm a little concerned about this, but we have a few rounds to deal with that. Okay, I mean we're okay. 5 of 8. Don't love to be stuck in here, Joe, but we are. I don't have time for this guy. Okay, we take a horror. Oh, I didn't even do upkeep. What happened over here? We take a horror. It can go here. Probably no reason not to. We heal the horror damage from Alexi. We move a damage from Izzy to Alexi. And then I think we do a couple of meat cleaver swings. Well, we'll do one anyways. 6 to 3, taking the horror. Okay, that's really good. That's 2 damage. And Bat Horror goes someplace else. Potentially there. This gets a little interesting, right? That was my first action. I could move and just finish off the Bat Horror. But I probably want to wait for the Servant of Flame to show up, huh? So, let's get rid of the Pursuit. That's our turn. It's fine. Okay, Joe's did his turn already. So, Servant of Flame comes in here, and then we go to Upkeep. Flashlight. Manual Dexterity. 6 of 8. So we only have 2 of these things done. We're so close to doing one more, and theoretically, we have the clues we can spend for the other stuff. Okay, I clocked it. Joe didn't take a turn. So this is our upkeep from last time. We have 3 actions still. I probably want to get rid of this since I said I would. We'll start there. And then our last action, I mean, we literally could spend the clues now, so we don't lose them, but don't want to just get attacked by something. Although I do have the scene of the crime. It's not the world's worst idea. Let's do it. Let's spend our 4 clues. Maybe I do that. No, because I don't want to get attacked again for that. Yeah. Cornelia. Okay, I can take the damage. So she engages Joe. 3-4-3. Alert. After you fail a skill test while evading, it attacks you. After you successfully evade, ready her. She might need to just get killed. I don't think I can do that. Okay, so we'll take the damage. This can go straight to Joe. And now we go to upkeep. All right. And I think we did upkeep on Izzy too. Let me check. Yeah. Okay. We're good now. And now it's 6. Yeah. All right. First encounter card for Joe. A Whippoorwill. We might be just locked in here. I guess this means that no. Yeah, they're ready. Yeah. And a Flash Flood for Izzy. That's fine. All right. We want to get rid of the Sword of Flame, and we want to deal with Cornelia. How do we deal with Cornelia? So we can do the scene of the crime. We can hit her with the machete, but we can't kill her and do both. Whippoorwill still will be here. We don't need to do scene of the crime. Can we do 4 on 3? Overpower Logan? We probably could do that. We need 3 tests. It's a bit rough. The question is, like, do I go take care of the Servant of Flame first and make the skulls -3s? Probably not, right? Probably not. So, let's see if we get anything out of this. We'll fight with the machete. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 to 3. Again, the Whippoorwill is doing its thing. Good. It's -2 still. So that is 2 damage since we exhaust this and draw a card. Aha. Okay. We're going to reveal this, look, and draw 2 additional cards. Okay, we've got our Unexpected Courage. So we can go with Machete again for 1 damage. With this, and go 5, 7. Nice. I have 1 more damage to do. Okay, so we're going to commit here to go 5 to 3. I it's only 6 to 3 before. Well, I mean, I drew zeros. What the number was? I was 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 4, 5. Yeah, so right now I'm at 5, 6 to 3. And let's beat the -4. So yeah, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's the -3 anyway. Okay, good enough to defeat her. I actually defeated an enemy, so let's get a resource for that with Logan. That is a whole ass turn. Okay. Izzy's going to go do her best as well. So skulls are -3. She's going to move in here, engaging both of these guys. Gonna probably... What are we doing here? Healing the horror? No, I think it's healing the damage still. Okay. We're going to take a shot at the Servant of Flame. This is our last 2 damage. We take the horror here. That gets us to now 6 to 3, right? 3 plus 3. We commit the overpower. Second action. Very good. Very good. We heal the horror. We draw the card. Okay. And we're going to read something. We're going to read something in the book. It is the last thing here. Okay, dokie. Your nemesis lies incapacitated at your feet. The flame that cloaked them has died out, though their robes are miraculously unsinged. Okay, yada, yada, yada. We're going to add the Servant of Flame to the victory display. I don't want to see this guy come back. Each investigator draws 3. That should be okay. Maybe I should have done that first. Would have saved us a little bit of grief before. Okay, 1 action remaining. We can take care of the bat horror. We have 5 to 3. We can commit this. 7 to 3. Very good. This does heal because we defeated an enemy. Pretty good, Izzy. Okay. Okay. Now we've stabilized a bit for our last round. I mean, this should be gone. So we could probably just spend... I mean, I don't know. Maybe we can get the clues or something. Upkeep. Upkeep, we need to get rid of 2 cards. Don't need this. I don't think we have time to play an emergency cache. That's probably fine. We could play our dead ends. All right. I mean, we'll see here. That's okay. That's pretty annoying. Eager for death. This is a test of 4 all. That's fine. -1. Yeah, let's commit the timely intervention and pass. So yeah, we don't have that many actions here. Like ideally what we do is we can get all 4 of these clues. But this is too experienced. Like this has to go. Like Joe probably has to play the emergency cache, play this, and then nothing, right? Like I don't think we can can't leave. We don't have enough for anything else. But this is a pretty good run. We got 4. 1, 2, 3, these guys up here, and a 4th one over here. This is just a very hard victory point to get. And even if we were to pass this, we still have to resign. So, and even if we don't resign, I don't think we get the victory point. I think the other side just makes us resign anyway. So yeah, we're going to play our emergency cache. Gets us 3 resources. 1, 2, 3. We play our dead ends. That's 5 resources. And this goes in the discard pile. And then we can just flat out resign. All those birds are annoying, and we just leave. Yeah. And Izzy, I don't think there's anything she can do here either. We're not going to have any clues. So, yeah, once I dropped like 2 or 3 on this location, I think our fate was sealed. But at least we were able to get a couple of the leads done. Nothing for us to do here. We didn't die. That's good. And there's no victory on these locations. So we're done. We resign here too. Okay. So we didn't complete Act 1, which is fine for these core set decks, I think, honestly. We're going to go to the end here. No resolution was reached, indeed. Reveal the enemy from the People of Arkham encounter set that was set aside at the beginning of the game, and that is the true identity of the Servant of Flame, a harbinger of Elkos. So that is this one. This is Abigail Foreman. She is the true identity. That was the one we removed at the very beginning of the game. Now, gather each elite enemy in play and or beneath this location. We're going to shuffle them together, and we're going to draw one. If it is the Harbinger of Elkos, it is Abigail, then we record that we discovered the cult's whereabouts. Otherwise, we failed in our search. So our remaining ones were Naomi and Margaret. We shuffled together. Is this Abigail? Nope. We failed. Failed in our search anyways. Okay, if the Servant of Flame enemies in the victory display record that the investigators killed the Servant of Flame. Yes. And then we earn victory X, which is going to be 6 plus 1. So it's for each one that is in the victory display or beneath the act. Okay. That is the end of the scenario. So that is a total of 7 experience for us to spend. I think we did pretty well. I mean, there were a couple things that didn't go our way. I think the auto fail on the Servant of Flame was very spicy, but we eventually got there. It was a true team effort. I did like that they were able to split up and deal with the bat horrors a bunch of times. That was very fun. I hope you enjoyed watching and maybe learned a thing or two. I think there was a lot more strategy in this one than just like, what do the rules say? And when I get bogged down in like the actual gameplay, I think it's hard to not think about that. But very fun. We'll see you again real soon for the next one. Bye.